Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at eTrailer, and today we'll be taking a look at how the Hollywood Rack's Destination 2 bike platform rack fits on the 2022 Toyota Tacoma. So the Destination 2 is pretty popular because it's an affordable way to get a lightweight platform rack. Now, if you're looking for something that has a lot of weight capacity for electric bikes or can tilt away, this is not the one. But for something that you can pack up and keep even inside your cab or really easy to take off and put into your hitch, you might be interested in a Destination 2. So we'll talk about how it works with our truck here. First and foremost, if you want to lower the tailgate, you're going to have to take your bike off because you can't tilt away. So to take the bike off, let's talk about how it's being held up there first. We have 3 touch points. 2 of them are going to be for the wheel straps, and then the third is going to be our frame cradle. So notice how this strap goes around our frame, and then we have a cradle that can actually rotate up, down, left, and right for those different shaped frames. This reduces the need for a frame adapter bar and can fit bikes of different shapes and different sizes. Now to take it off though, you start at the wheel straps. So press this lever, and this disengages the strap, so you can just pull it up, and I like to tilt it out of the way so that it doesn't get caught up in our spokes when I want to take the bike off. So that's one strap, and here's our second strap, and now we're going to go up to the bike. Now this will be different for you for different types of bikes where you have to support it while you release that strap. I like to use my elbow just to make sure it doesn't tilt back towards our truck. Fortunately, since you have a tailgate, you have a little bit more room. Now that's off, we're going to take the entire bike off and set it aside. Now with the bike off, you can take a closer look at those cradles and see how it's shaped. Now see how it's curved for those different wheelbases. The maximum wheelbase you can carry with this is going to be up to 48 inches. This tilts back and forth for those different lengths of bikes. The straps go in, and they ratchet down to secure your wheels. Here we have our mast, and let's see if we can lower our tailgate yet. With the mast up, we can get it almost all the way, although we might have some interference with our cradle. So what we're going to do, we're going to move this down for full space. So we're going to loosen this knob, which is holding our mast up. Remove this anchor point, tighten this knob right back down, and then we're going to fold the mast down. So here you could use either your frame cradles, or you can use your wheel cradle straps to secure that mast. It's up to you, whichever is easier. And now we have a lot more space to lower our tailgate. There we go. So we have just a couple millimeters of space here that the strap is taken up, but we can lower our tailgate, grab whatever we need, hang out here, bring this back up. So that's nice because then I don't have to take the entire bike rack off. But the downside is I did have to take the bikes completely off. Now this is going to be a compact rack, which means it doesn't take up much space behind your truck. Measuring from our bumper to the end of the rack, that's only 26 inches of space there. And for ground clearance, I like to do 2 measurements. One from the end of the rack, which is 21 inches. Right below the reflectors, that's going to be 25.5 inches. So for steep inclines, things like that, you're not as worried about ground clearance, and this does have a weight capacity of 35 pounds, so you aren't really lifting heavy bikes up onto that rack. Now, if you're not planning on going out for a ride just yet, you also don't want to take your bike rack off. You can move the rack itself into a more portable position. So by removing that knob, you're able to fold this up, and then we'll tighten it right back down. So this is also how you'll be able to store it inside your garage or in your truck bed because it doesn't take up that much space. In fact, measuring from our bumper to the end of the rack, that's only 15 inches of space it takes up. Big difference compared to when it was folded down. Now, as for what it's like living with this rack behind you all the time, if you need to grab something from your truck bed, You can lower your tailgate about that far. The perks though is your taillights are visible, your backup camera is pretty much completely visible, obviously your rear view mirror is visible. This will cover your license plate, but pretty much any bike rack is going to do that on your Tacoma. This does have an 1.25" shank that fits into that 2-inch receiver. We do have an anti-rattle bolt, and even with that adapter, notice how there might be a little bit of up and down movement, but not as much compared to other racks that have that 1.25" shank with a 2-inch adapter. You do get a lock on the end, you don't get a cable lock, but that's something you can have added on, and you can find that here at etrailer.com. So my personal thoughts about the Destination 2 is if you're just looking for a quick and easy bike rack, something that you can keep in your cab or in your garage and toss it onto your truck for when you need to carry around some bikes, this could be a good option for you. It's still in the affordable area, but that's because it can't tilt away. If you want something that tilts away with the racks on, you may want to consider the Rocky Mounts monorail as a more premium option. That one also gives you more weight capacity compared to this. And if you want to carry around 4 bikes, there's a version of this rack that has a 4-bike option. Video is shot right here on the Tacoma if you want to compare. But right here, right now, that was a look at the Hollywood Racks Destination 2-bike platform rack on the 2022 Toyota Tacoma.